On the attack, the back set. Ah, fantastic.
Wow. Solid block from Tibayan on that attack.
Back to Adamson. Jimenez with that back set.
The Philippine Coast Guard defense, solid blocking coming from the orange shirts. One more try.
Good net defense by the Generals.
Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up job ni Marco. Combination play. And they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack. Combination again.
UST ready for it. Then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good. But look at San Andres.
It's primetime volleyball here on One Sports as we bring to you a great matchup between two undefeated teams here in the Spiker Surf Open Conference. It's the battle for the top seed in Pool B, and it's going to be between the Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers and the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Jud Sulit here with Mosh Cruz. Mosh, needless to say, it's going to be one exciting match, especially with so much on the line.
You said it, John. The battle for that twice-to-beat advantage is going to happen right now, and a lot of volleyball fans are actually looking forward to this match.
That's right. Let's take a look at the rankings right now, and you'll see what we said. Both teams undefeated. And walk us through, Mosh, kung bakit importante nga to be on top of the team rankings.
Because of our format in this conference, only the top-seeded team will have a twice-to-beat advantage. Now, the top two will advance in the quarterfinal round.
That's right. And for Ateneo and Philippine Air Force, you're looking at a possible matchup with the top two teams of Pool A. Earlier, we saw Signal complete their sweep of Pool A, and they're going to be waiting for that number one, or they're going to be waiting as the number one seed of Pool A. Makakaharap nga nila yung magna-number two. Who will be the loser of this match? In their previous match, Ateneo took care of business against Easy Trip, but they weren't as consistent, Mosh, as they wanted to be.
A five-setter game between Ateneo and Easy Trip, but Ateneo made sure to get that game, stopping Easy Trip to just 8 points in the fifth set. Amazing numbers for them, 55 attacks, 17 blocks, and 3 aces.
That's right, Mosh. And, you know, in that game, Coach Timmy, he was kind of reprimanding his guys because, again, they did not show the same energy and consistency throughout that match. Something they cannot afford against Air Force dahil alam natin, this is a veteran team, and in their previous match, you know, they were actually taken to 5 sets as well against Eco Oil, and this is one of the closest wins that Air Force had in this tournament.
A really close game between Air Force and Eco Oil. Ismail Gampong and Abdilia did not play, but a lot of players stepped up in that game. 61 attacks, 5 blocks, 3 service aces for Air Force.
But today, Rana Abdilia will be in uniform for the Air Force, and that's why there's going to be one big problem that Ateneo will try to solve. But the Blue Eagles have the tools to defuse the Air Force. Who will take the top seed in Pool B? We'll find out in just a bit.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Roberto Javier. Second referee, Mr. Yul Benosa. International referee. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers. Wearing jersey number 7, Airman Second Class, Rodolfo Labrador. At number 2, Francis Philip Saura. Wearing jersey number 11, Airman Second Class, Alnacran Abdilia. At number 10, Fauzi Ismail. Wearing jersey number 8, Kim Malabunga. And their team captain, Airman Second Class, Jesse Lopez. Liberos are number 3, Rafi Mosuela, and number 14, Jan Mariano Sumangit. Head coach, Staff Sergeant Dante Alinsunurin. Calling on our Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles. Team captain is number 1, Lawrence Hill Magadia. At number 3, Ron Adrian Medalla. Number 4, Jetly Gopio. Number 12, Chumasorn Celestine Enjiga. Number 16, Giancarlo Glorioso. And number 17, Sebastian Enrique Cuerva. Liberos are number 5, Lance Andre De Castro. And number 10, Paulo Lorenzo Trinidad. Head coach, Mr. Timothy Santo Tomas. This is the 54th match of the preliminaries in Pool B.
All-important matchup here in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. And you have the starters for the Air Force. They're going out strong here with Labrador, Saura, Abdilia, Ismail Malabunga, Jesse Lopez, their team captain, of course, and Sumagi as their libero. Guns out immediately for Coach Dante Alinsunurin. And for Ateneo, you have Gopio, Medalla, Glorioso, Magaja, Cuerva, and Jega, and De Castro as their libero. The same for both teams. Not taking any chances, Mosh. They are gonna want to get off to a very, very strong start to set the tone for the rest of the match.
Definitely strong players right away for Philippine Air Force and Ateneo because they want a hot start because this is a very important game for them. You know, they want that twice to beat advantage para mas mapadali sila sa semifinals because in the quarterfinals, twice to beat advantage kung sila yung mananalo dito.
And just look at how important this match is. The very first point, they celebrated it as if they won the championship. Parang ganun eh.
Because you want a good start in a game like this. Kapag ganito yung risk ng game, a good start will help you go through the game and, you know, will help you get the momentum.
And let's face facts, Mosh. More than the twice to beat advantage, you're also trying to avoid an early matchup with the champions of the reinforced conference Signal, who also swept their pool in Pool A. So the momentum still with Signal. And alam naman natin, entering this tournament, they were still identified as one of the favorites.
Definitely. And ang ganda pa rin ng nilaro ng Signal AG Spikers in this conference. 5-0 record for them. And what a cross-court attack by Ismail. Clear path for him.
Abdilia and Ismail immediately going to work. What kind of boost does the Air Force get sa pagbabalik na itong dalawa?
They miss them a lot in their previous game. Wala ito si Gampong Ismail and Abdilia. That resulted to a 5-setter game between Eco Oil. But of course, kapag nandito yung tatlong to, it's not about how they play, but it's about their presence and in the team.
And we know these guys as some of the talented players, the most talented players, not just in this league, but actually in the country, you can say. And so, you know that in volleyball, in any sport really, there's that intimidation factor as well. And Ateneo, well, they're having difficulty right now. That's 3 straight points that Fauzi Ismail scored. What a serve there. And it's gonna be an ace. And very early, Mosh, again, Abdilia, Ismail, very important.
Going to work right away. Now Abdilia on that service line and Ismail on his attacks. Pasaura defending the net of Philippine Air Force. Just like that, a solid block from him, a single one.
This is what's scary about Philippine Air Force. You see, they have Ranran Abilia, who was the best scorer in the Reinforced Conference. Tapos may Saura ka, may Malabunga ka, great defenders. Timeout for Ateneo.
Target ng jump serve. Bakit ba kasi ayaw mo ihakbang yung paa mo? Jesus ko naman. EG, perfect receive. Nakita mo nandito na lahat. Saan mo dadalhin yung bola? Ayan naman tayo eh. Asan yung advantage mo? Hindi na naman nag-iisip, EG. Eh, proper receive. Kailangan natin pumunta. Hanapin mo kagad isang kalamang. Alam mo naman kung saan eh. Okay, go.
Let's go.
I really feel like the way that Coach Timmy Santo Tomas communicates with his team is something unique. Meron kang feel of, siguro kasi medyo mas malapit yung age.
Yes.
He's a young coach. He can communicate that way na parang, yes, syempre may mga reminders ka, may minsan paninita as a coach, but very parang may pagkabarkada type. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like the familiarity. Alam mo na kung anong gagawin mo, so why are you not doing that in this game? So ganun lang yung reminders ni Coach Tim dito sa players nila. Now, a net-touch violation from Philippine Air Force giving a point to Ateneo. Ito yung kailangan ng Ateneo, just a break.
Yeah, they needed that to break the momentum, but now they need to score off a good set to build their confidence as well. Because you cannot rely on your opponents to just make errors in order for you to score.
And definitely kapag ang kalaban mo is Philippine Air Force, minimize yung errors nila because of how they play. Veteran players here for Philippine Air Force.
That's right. We know that Ranran Abilia is lethal. But sometimes when he goes up and scores a point, it's still amazing. It's still something that's fresh to the eyes. Glorioso tried to go for the soft touch. E.G. Magadia going to Medalla. Sends it over. Lopez. Malabunga took his sweet time mid-air.
Quick attack by Malabunga, and Ateneo just couldn't do anything about that anymore. Let us see that one again. You see one blocker from Ateneo, but that was not enough.
Kim Malabunga having one of the best conferences of his career. 8-2, Air Force ahead. Kim Malabunga, we talked about him as a defender, but early in this match, showing that he is also a threat as a middle, on the middle as an attacker.
Really, Kim Malabunga, we know that he is a good player, but this conference, he has improved a lot. Net defense and his offense, wala ka nang masasabi. Now, Glorioso getting that point for Ateneo with that off-the-block attack.
Kim Malabunga, definitely a great defender, pero Glorioso, one thing you have to do is not be afraid. And just, kailangan pagpapalo ka, buo yung loob mo. That's what Glorioso did there. Got the point. Look at that combination play. Mosh, ang ganda because parang ang sikip nung spacing,
Yes.
but still they got the point.
Kim Malabunga was up there, but Ismael killed that ball, and only one blocker again for Ateneo. Now Ateneo needs to read how Philippine Air Force is playing right now para makasabay sila sa transition ng Philippine Air Force.
Well, that's what Glorioso is doing successfully here. He's really the only player so far for Ateneo who has done damage offensively. And good decision for E.G. Magadia to go to him. Kanina in the huddle, sabi ni Coach Timmy, E.G., alam mo naman kung saan tayo makakakuha ng puntos. And looks like he was pertaining to Glorioso.
Service error for Gopio. Now Njigha is in front for Ateneo. This will be a different offense and a defense team for them.
Well, 10-4 early advantage for Airforce. You did say how important it's going to be to start out strong. And Jega looking to be the provider once again. Abilia soaring and scoring.
Powerful attack by Abdilia De Castro. Trinidad rather was there, but he just couldn't get that attack from Abdilia, and instant regret from him.
He knew he was almost there. Just half a second late. But that's all it took para hindi mabuhay yung bola ni Abilia.
Good coverage by Medalla.
Lopez. And he goes that time to Labrador, who takes care of business.
How difficult can it be for Ateneo? Because in the other side of the court, you have Labrador, Malabunga, Abdilia, Jesse Lopez, Ismail, Judd. The powerhouse of Philippine Air Force.
And it's really a loaded squad when you're talking about Air Force. Sabi mo, they still have a lot of weapons na hindi pa nila nilalabas. Wala pa si Jeffrey Malabanan. And Ateneo outsmarting them. Outsmarting their opponents in that play. That's what you have to do if you're the Blue Eagles. Just take the littlest opportunities and turn it into something big for your team.
Just like that, a good decision from Ateneo. And Jot, kailangan nila sabayan yung bilis ng galaw nitong Philippine Air Force.
I like what you said because what many say is that the advantage now of younger collegiate teams here in the Spikers Turf Open Conference is that mas mabilis sila. But, you know, that's an advantage na ninenegate ng Air Force because ang bibilis din ng mga players ng Jet Spikers. But they don't get to that ball in time.
Glorioso, that off-speed attack worked for him, getting a point for Ateneo. Glorioso has been doing great early in the set for his team.
And once again, you know, that's 3 attacks already for him. Ateneo has not found a way to neutralize Glorioso. Lopez, quick play with Saura, who takes care of that.
It is so easy for Jesse Lopez. Yung trabaho niya, ang bilis lang. Open ko, quick tres, you know, back set. I have a lot of good spikers.
Yeah. At the same time, Wash, yes, ang dali dahil parang kahit saan niya dalhin yung bola. May magaling na papalo. But talk about the decision-making, kung gaano kagaling din si Jesse Lopez in making that right decision kahit hindi niya nabuhay yung bola na yun. And Jega starting to go to work.
Medalla with that powerful attack. Jesse Lopez was there, but he couldn't control that ball.
My apologies. Yes, it was Ron Medalla who got to that. Takes care of that point for Ateneo. Over-received. Air Force finding a way, but not enough power on that hit. Gusto na ni Lopez. Easy over lang, kaso tough yung angle niya eh.
Too soft on that one. Gusto niyang paluin, but it was a miscalculation on his part.
Yeah, and he hesitated at the last second, causing that error. Abdilia. Ateneo's turn to attack. Medalla once again!
Cross-court attack by Medalla, and that was a good, powerful one from him. Perfect timing as well. 2 blockers, but just between the hands of Saura.
And Abdilia. And hindi lang 2 blockers yung sumabay sa kanya. Saura at Abdilia pa. But Medalla, like you said, just squeezing that ball in the middle. Abdilia says, take one back, but a net touch. Was that? There was a violation committed.
The ball touched the antenna on that attack.
Oh, okay. It was out because of a hit on the antenna.
Masyadong down the line yung target ni Abdilia.
Oh, there you go, there you go. Labrador. See, that's the decision-making of Jesse Lopez. I thought everyone expected bumalik yung bola kay Ranran because he's their easiest source of points, but Lopez trusting his other teammates.
One of the smartest players, Jesse Lopez, and kaya siya nandyan, nasa Philippine Air Force siya, and doing a great job to send out his attackers, and kaya sila na dito sa position of 4-0.
And Abdilia, after committing that attack error earlier, making up for it, at kahit nabawi niya, nagsasorry pa rin sa team niya. We enter the second technical timeout. Air Force still ahead, 16-10. Ron Medalla and the Ateneo Blue Eagles trying to take the top seed in Pool B, but standing in front of them are Randra, Nabilia, and the rest of the Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers, who are ahead right now by 6 points. Abilia loads it up, and Ateneo could not react quick enough.
Just on the line, that serve from Abdilia. Alam mo, pinapractice niya yan, Jot, yung powerful serve na sa linya lang pupunta.
The accuracy is incredible. But Medalla, understanding what was gonna meet him at the net, and uses the double block to get the point.
Medalla has been finding his ways to score here for Ateneo and beating the blockers of Philippine Air Force.
Glorioso will put it in play. Targets Abdilia. Lopez will go to Ismail. Straight into Cuerva.
Cross-court attack by Ismail. Wala pa ditong palo ang Philippine Air Force na mahina, Jot.
Oo nga eh. Palagay ko hindi nila kaya eh. Kahit sabi mong hinaan mo lang, hindi
pa
ko
din.
talaga kaya eh. Here's Ateneo going to Glorioso again. He has found a lot of success in that area.
And that touch violation called against Malabunga.
Changes now on the side of Ateneo. Glorioso, since he will be moving to the back, papalitan muna. Morado will check in for him. It's gonna be Medalla serving. Good serve for Medalla, but Air Force getting to that.
Now a net touch committed by Ateneo, giving a point to Philippine Air Force. Binawi lang nila yung net touch nitong Philippine Air Force.
That's right. And well, right now, taking a look at Labrador, who scored 14 points, was the second best scorer for the Air Force in their previous match. Dahil nga wala nung Randra Nabilia and Fauzi Ismail, and off-speed hit there still works for Jetly Gopio.
Gopio making a way to get that point. Now, Philippine Air Force, because they are expecting powerful attacks from Ateneo as well. Na kapag off-speed and drop ball lang ang ginagawa ng Ateneo, nakakascore sila.
Absolutely. And you know, Mosh, again, no, we talked about this, how Ateneo had a slow start in their previous match against Easy Trip. Talagang you cannot afford to do that against Philippine Air Force.
In this game, you cannot relax. Cross-court again from Ismail. That has been his money. That has been his key here in this game. Hot start for him, and up till now, pumapatay pa rin siya on that cross-court attack.
No doubt about it. 4 points and 2 blocks for Fauzi Ismail, and Malabunga accepts the regalo. Maagang pamasko from Ateneo, and Air Force goes up by 8. Timeout for the Blue Eagles. One more look at what happened in that previous play. Well, Medalla tried his very best, but then unfortunately it turned into a blessing for Kim Malabunga and Air Force.
Diba? Sige. Naslo sa harapan. huwag kayo masyadong sumugod sa antena. Wala nga palong down, puro cross.
What did you get in that huddle, Mosh? Oh, no. What Coach Timmy was saying was, ayaw niyang dumikit yung mga players sa antena. They want to get it they want to get cross-court hits. Sabi niya, wala naman daw sila gaano nakukuha din sa mga down the line.
It's because, Jot, when you have powerful attackers, you tend to go forward to the net para ma-block mo ng maayos and para mawala yung gap between you and the net. So, ganun siguro yung ginagawa ng players dito ni Coach Tim. Kaya nahahawakan nila yung net most of the time. But because of how Philippine Air Force is playing right now, you know, pinag-aralan nila yung laro nitong Ateneo. Kaya nalulusutan nila yung blocks.
Medalla lifts it up. But they were roofed on that attack from Ligot.
Philippine Air Force is just on fire in this first set. Net defense, offense, floor defense, everything, Jot, for Philippine Air Force.
Mosh, answer a tough question for me. Paano mo malulusot kapag ang sumasalubong sa'yo Malabunga and Ismail, Malabunga and Abdilia, Malabunga and Malabanan in some occasions?
You know, Jot, it's about your fighting spirit because pare-pareho naman kayo nagtitraining. Skills-wise, meron kayo pareho, but it's just, ngayon, mental na lang to eh, na kailangan mo silang labanan, kailangan mong sabayan yung laro nila.
And that time, the double block was formed by Malabunga and Lopez. And so Ateneo had the opportunity to capitalize on a smaller block there, and they did so, getting another point. Abdilia, as usual, the target of their serve, and Ranran, tough angle, but wow.
Again, a net touch violation. That was from Glorioso. That ball was about to go out for Abdilia. Dapat score na ng Ateneo, but Glorioso unfortunately touched the net.
Alam mo, sometimes di mo masisi the risk that Ateneo takes when they're trying to defend an Abdilia attack because they just really tried to neutralize that man. But they couldn't do so in the first set, and so Air Force takes this one 25-14. They set the tone in this battle for the top seed in Pool B. Back inside Paco Arena here in Manila. And it's A battle for the top seed of Pool B. One of these teams will stay undefeated. And after the first set, well, Air Force has half a step into that top seed as they took that first set 25-14.
Hot start for Philippine Air Force. Looking at the numbers, konti lang yung difference ng attacks, 15-11, but the blocks and aces, 4-0. Wala yung Ateneo. The errors, they were able to minimize that, pero ang kailangan i-adjust ng Ateneo dito is really their net defense because of the strong attackers from Philippine Air Force. They need to stop that.
Well, you know, it was a lot of two guys. Ismail and Abdilia. And nakakatawa is before they started going to work, Mosh, you were just explaining how important it was for Air Force to have those two guys around today because they weren't around when the Echo Oil took them to 5 sets. And we saw a very different Philippine Air Force in that match. Dahil nga, actually, sa lakas nito, sa deep ng roster ng Philippine Air Force, not to take away anything from other teams, pero parang nakakagulat kapag aabot sila ng 5th set.
Because Philippine Air Force is a deep lineup and kahit sino yung nasa harap mo or sino yung ipasok for Coach Allen Sonurin, talagang gagawa at gagawa. Now, for the players of Philippine Air Force, kasi when they are complete, Jot, para silang nandun yung rhythm ng team. Alam na nila kung anong gagawin nila. Because in their last game, wala nga yung tatlong players ng Filipino Air Force. Medyo nag-adjust pa sila sa mga plays.
That's right. And, you know, we praise Air Force and they got a good first set here. But Ateneo is no joke either. Also undefeated so far in the Open Conference. Saura, that ball went back. Oh, it looked like a net touch there actually. But that hit from Labrador is out.
According to our linesman, that will be out for Labrador. He was targeting that zone 1.
Ateneo off to a better start here in the second set. 2-0 advantage for them. Glorioso serving. And that's going to be an ace.
Service ace for Glorioso. Now, Ateneo is giving us a different energy in this set. Mas maganda yung, saya nila, celebration nila whenever they get a point.
And this is what we saw from them in their last match against Easy Trip. Also lost that first set. Recovered very well in the second. But they will have to find a way to take the power out of Ranran Abdilia.
When Abdilia is right there going to attack, you cannot have just one blocker against him.
Look at that serve.
Powerful serve. Medallia even saying na sumakit yung kamay niya when he blocked Abdilia on that previous play. But that one, at that point, will go to Ateneo. Now the defense of Philippine Air Force was not ready for that one yet. Block, and then no coverage for Philippine Air Force.
And that was just a single block for Medallia. Very solid play there for one of the reliables for Ateneo. However, he follows it up with a service error.
Too long on that serve from Medallia. He wanted to go with that power serve.
Now it's Francis Saura serving for Air Force. Medallia lifts it up. Agaja. Wait to Cuerva. A net touch committed by Air Force. Easy call for our referees there.
Very obvious net touch violation from the Philippine Air Force.
Look at it. Tatama on his way down.
Yes.
Gopina will be serving. It's Ateneo up by 3 points here in the second set. But that's going to be their second service error.
They need to control their service errors if they want to give a good game here in the second set.
Wala pa masyadong offense itong Air Force in the second set. But then if you're Ateneo, if you keep giving up errors, at some point, mabubuhay itong Jet Spikers. Good coverage for Ateneo. Glorioso, that's another error for them. And the point is rewarded to Air Force.
Was asking for a touch from the blockers of Philippine Air Force, but clearly no touch from them.
And Here come the Jet Spikers mounting their comeback, but they too commit an error. So that has been the story of this second set.
Exchanging service errors.
Still, E.G. Magadia and the Ateneo Blue Eagles up by 2 points. Good serve for Magadia. Ismail, soft touch, found the gap. No, I thought Ateneo rushed that in one sequence. They could have set up something better than just returning that ball with a power tip. Nakapag-capitalize pang Air Force.
Yes, and Ismail looking at that spot even before he approached. Alam niya kung saan niya dadalhin yung bola.
Medalla, Magadia, and now Cuerva. Air Force there to slow down that ball. Now they attack. Off speed doesn't work. And Jigha. This is one guy na parang hindi pa nakakapitalize ng Ateneo. Now he goes to work.
We've been looking for that kind of attack from Njigha, but because Ateneo has been struggling to get a good first ball galing dito sa Air Force, hindi nila nasa-set up ng maayos itong si Chu, but on that one, great attack from him.
Cuerva serving. The moment he hit it, you already knew it was going to come up short. Now it's Malabunga, who has also been a key figure on the side of the Jet Spikers. Good first ball sana for Ateneo, but then the hit was just too wide.
Medalla asking for a touch from the blockers, but again, no touch. Nilalakasan kasi nila Jot kapag nakikita na lang may nag-block dito sa Philippine Air Force, and most of the time, talagang lumalabas yung bola.
Oh, good coverage at the net there for Air Force. Medalla met again by the defense. And that's gonna be great coverage for Abilia. Ateneo was off to an excellent start here in the second set, but somehow it's still Air Force that takes us to our first technical timeout. Air Force Jet Spikers currently hold a 4-0 record here in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. This was their previous match, though. It took 5 sets for them to take care of business against Eco Oil.
But still, they took advantage on their offense. 61 attacks from the Philippine Air Force and just 44 from Eco Oil. And yun yung difference nung game na yun. Eco Oil was not able to capitalize on their offense. But for Philippine Air Force, dun talaga nila binanatan to get that win.
And that's why they are now figuring in this match with Ateneo as these two teams jockey for position in Pool B. Parehong last games of the preliminaries na to for Air Force and Ateneo, and the Blue Eagles just looking for ways to even up the count.
And a good one from Medalla, putting power on that attack off the block.
Labrador lifts it up. Lopez. Back row, Ismail, no problem. Down goes that ball. Down goes Njigha.
Ismail has this ways of, getting score out of his attacks. Kahit meron siyang blockers, pinapalusot niya or just above the blockers.
Here's Ateneo now. Good attack for Gopio, but then maganda rin yung paghabol ng Air Force. Another opportunity. They go now to Medalla. Air Force to Abilia. Miss hit. That's going to be a point for Ateneo.
Too wide, too powerful on that attack from Abilia.
You know, Mosh, in that first set, we saw Air Force take complete command of it. But we know that at some point, Ateneo will find a way to close the gap. And that's what we're seeing here. Now they take the lead coming off that error from Labrador.
Definitely, Ateneo adjusting very well on how Philippine Air Force is playing. Nasasabayan na nila yung galaw ng Philippine Air Force. That's why the score is like this, 10-9.
Glorioso serving. Lopez going back to Abdilia. His surest source of points, Abdilia provides.
Making up for his error earlier, making sure that attack will go in. Cross-court attack from him, and no one from Ateneo was there to get that.
But now Abdilia will be serving. Familiar, massive serve. Oh, getting there just in time was Jesse Lopez. Magadia with the dump, and there was a bonfire in the middle of Sumagi, Abdilia, and Lopez.
Smart move by Magadia on that one because kakagaling lang kay Jesse Lopez yung bola nung binalik niya, and targeting him again, hindi na nakagalaw itong si Lopez.
Ateneo, they retain command, retain control of this game.
Good serve by Medalla.
That's going to be another point for Air Force.
Quick attack by Saura. Now, kapag ganyan yung approach ni Saura, mabilis talaga yung bola. And mahirap i-block, and even Kunin on the floor.
11 apiece for Ateneo and Air Force. Magadia going to Cuerva. Triple block was there, but off the block, that attack for Cuerva. Smart play.
Going through the hands of the blockers of Philippine Air Force. Ateneo, really alam na nila kung ano yung dapat gawin to score against Philippine Air Force.
Robio will be serving for the Blue Eagles. Trying to even up the set count here. Combination play works to perfection for Air Force.
Ismail has a very high percentage in this game, Jot. By far, wala pa siyang error sa attack line, and Jigha nauna masyado on that block.
And Fauzi Ismail, such a big boost for Air Force. But Enjega says, what boost? I'm here to lift the Blue Eagles.
What boost do you need on that attack? Quick attack from Enjigha. Literal na quick, Jot, ang bilis ng bola.
All that was needed to get the point for Ateneo. Lopez, Ismail again. Met by two blockers, but still gets the point off the block.
And Jigha and Glorioso were there, but off the block, Ismail will get that point.
He has been unstoppable so far in this match. More than Abdilia, parang ito pa si Fauzi Ismail has risen as the main man of Air Force today, but Ateneo getting something from Glorioso.
What a great attack by Glorioso. Perfect timing, speed, and power on that one.
Ismail and Glorioso have pretty much put on a showdown between the two of them here. Ito si Cuervas has also helped a lot. Back and forth, we've been going here in the second set. Lopez initiates Abdilia. Now here's Ateneo. Medalla goes cross-court. That was the instruction of Coach Timmy Santo Tomas. Ateneo goes up by 2.
Another cross-court attack by Medalla and through the hands of the blockers. And a miscommunication on the part of Ismail and Sumangi.
It's just been a very entertaining, very action-packed second set.
We expected this kind of game, Jot. Both teams will perform this kind of plays, but that one will go out for Abdilia, getting a point, giving a point rather to Ateneo.
16-13, the Blue Eagles have gotten the lead here in the second set. if Air Force is coming off a 5-set win against Echo Oil, well, Ateneo is also coming off a 5-set win, but this time against Easy Trip. And for these two teams, they had to really put together everything they had to get to this point na pwede nga silang lumaban for the top seed.
55 attacks for Ateneo, but the difference in that game is they had 17 blocks and only 5 for Easy Trip. Ang laki ng difference nun, John. Pagdating sa depensa, and Ateneo, they need to do that right now here against Philippine Air Force to defend their net.
Lopez. It's like an illegal back row hit.
That was a net touch by Malabunga.
Oh, Malabunga had touched the net.
Philippine Air Force giving out a lot of unforced errors in this set.
And that's why Ateneo has really taken their chances here. They go up by 4. Cuerva. Air Force will need to wake up soon. And that could be a start for them, as Fauzi Ismail still no answer for that man.
Ismail smartly playing in this game. Powerful attacks, drop balls, whatever it takes to get a point.
The only time that his attack did not score a point was when Malabunga committed an error simultaneously. But again, Chuinjiga coming off a great performance against against Easy Trip, where he scored 25 points, picking up right where he left off.
You know, when you set up Chu and Jigha properly, ganun talaga yung magiging result ng atake niya.
Lopez will set up Ismail. How many more points does Fauzi plan on scoring in this match?
Unstoppable in this game, Fauzi Ismail.
Jesse Lopez now serving for Air Force. Glorioso and Ateneo also has put on the pressure, has turned on their own jets here. In the second set, Glorioso has been the provider of the Blue Eagles.
Glorioso making sure that the blockers of Philippine Air Force will get a touch of that attack now. Lifting violation called against Jesse Lopez. He was attempting to go for that one-hand set.
And just too tough there for Lopez. 6 attacks in an ace. For Gian Glorioso, what contributions he has given here. Truly the reason why Ateneo is on top by 5 here in the second set. On top of him, Gopio getting the big block.
And the celebration of Ateneo, kasi yun yung hindi pa nila makuha dito sa game na to. But on that one, that can be their break.
Ikaw, ilang beses nag-quick. Kung tumatalon ka doon, nahipo mo yun. Ano ba yung sistema ng block natin? Uunahin ba natin ng 5 bago bumlock ng quick? Diba? Eh, wala. Opensa kasi yung inuuna natin eh. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, di ba? Ang opensa, nandyan lang yan. Pero kailangan natin magbasa kung sino babalo, ano bang sistema natin sa block. Panay-quick lang pumapatay sa atin. Ngayon, kung nandun kayo, diba? Nahipo nyo yun, nakatulong pa kayo sa kasama nyo. Ha?
Coach Dante has a very strong point. If the Philippine Air Force jet spikers, if you're concerned about their offense, well, so many guys can score for them, but they need to stop the surge of Ateneo first.
Now for Philippine Air Force, it is all about offense, and nakakalimutan nila yung depensa nila on the floor.
Creating Abdilia.
Down the line attack with that fast attack. That is with Abdilia. Kung hindi man powerful yung atake niya, ang bilis ng bola, kaya mahirap talaga kunin.
He can hit it in so many ways. That's what makes him one of the best in the country today. Glorioso trying to earn his credits and just could not get that one, too short.
Miscalculating on that one. He is at the back right now. So from the back yung set din, galing din sa likod. Mahirap talagang timingan yun.
Loaded serve again for Abdilia, and he gets an ace. Back-to-back points for Ranran Abdilia. He brings Airforce within 4. Timeout Ateneo.
Listen. Minamadali kayo ng kalaban. Anong gagawin ninyo? Magpapamadali kayo?
Mabagayatin guys ng bola.
Kasi pagpasok ko sa loob kagad, balansin na kagad.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Open Conference on One Sports. Jutsulit and Mosh Cruz on the call for this one. Ateneo evening up the count with that win in second set.
This is a different set for Ateneo compared to the first set. Now they are giving us energy. And nakukuha na nila yung mga atake ng Philippine Air Force. For Philippine Air Force naman kasi nasanay sila on the first set na pag-atake nila, patay agad. So kapag binabalik ng Ateneo yung bola, nagugulat sila. A lot of campfires there in the second set for Philippine Air Force. And also Ateneo activated their net defense in the second set.
So this is going to be the pivotal third set to see who can get the advantage. Both teams looking to get the top seed in Pool B, parehong undefeated pa itong Air Force at Ateneo. And like you said, nakukuha na ng Ateneo yung mga atake ng Air Force. Even Ranran Abdilia gets rejected.
Solid block by Medalla and Gopio on that one. Basang-basa nila yung palo ni Ranran Abdilia.
And Jiga serving, targeting the libero. That one is out. And lots of settling down to do para sa Air Force.
Early errors for the Philippine Air Force. Too wide on that angle from Ismael. He was from the back.
And Jiga. Lopez. And on that cross-court hit, finally something for Ranran Abdilia.
Not the most powerful attack from Ranran, but just placing that ball. Hindi man yun talaga yung palo niya, pero malakas pa rin yung tunog drop.
Yeah. Sabi ko sa'yo, hindi marunong pumalo yan na mahina eh. Good serve. Glorioso, easy over. Nice save there for Lopez. They set Glorioso up again. He was met by the triple block. Single block that time, and that is in on the cross-court kill.
Cross-court attack by Glorioso, and Ismael was not enough to defend that net. Ateneo hot start in this set.
Gian Glorioso has risen to the occasion here. He knows how important this match is, and he has taken it upon himself to lead Ateneo. Lopez going to automatic Ismael.
Almost a power angle for Ismael. Konti na lang front line na yung palo niya. That was a powerful one as well.
So big. Ismael has given so much to Air Force in this match. Magaja setting Medalla up, met by the triple block.
Solid net defense once again for Philippine Air Force. Tatlo yung sumalubong dito kay Ron.
They've had enough of the attacks of Ateneo, kaya yung respeto andun talaga. Magaja going to Medalla. Again, gets roofed this time by Labrador.
No coverage in the part of Ateneo.
Now, 3 straight points here for Air Force. Francis Saura serving. Magaja going to the back, but guess what happened? Third straight block for Demosh.
Sarado. Sinara nitong Philippine Air Force ang bangko para dito sa Ateneo. And you know, Ateneo kailangan nila ng one stop because kapag nakuha na nitong Philippine Air Force yung rhythm nila, mahirap na.
Alam mo yung pagbata, yung lock, tapos kain susi, yun yung ginawa ng Air Force, hindi makabutas. However, finally, they get something out of that. And Ateneo needed that boost. They needed to see that they can break down the defense of Air Force somehow. Let's see if they can go on a roll again. Look at the numbers of Ron Medalla. 9 attacks already on top of 2 blocks.
We are just in the third set of this game.
Lopez going to Ismael. Cuerva lifting it up. Free ball. The joust. Ismael once again.
That was actually an overshoot. Yung set ni Jesse Lopez nasa gitna ng net and Ismael was able to get a point out of that. Ginawa na lang yun ang paraan. Look at that, iba yung trajectory ng ball. Papasok na sa Ateneo. Ismael not giving up on that play.
He has 14 attacks and 3 blocks.
Big numbers agad for Fauzi Ismael.
Oh, but a double contact there as he tried to lift it up.
Because when you are not in a stable position, tapos nakapag-set ka, most likely you will have that violation.
Gopio serving now. Ateneo down by 1. Lopez. Well, they did not connect that time. Lopez and Ismael, one of the very rare occasions that they did not meet eye to eye.
Went straight to the net, that attack from Ismael.
Lopez going to Ismael, and now it's the defense of Ateneo.
Solid block by Chu and Jigha on that one. Inabangan na niya yung palo ni Ismael. Look at that. Kanina pa nakakapalo si Ismael, but Chu and Jigha wanting to stop him.
Barely any reaction. He knows the job isn't done yet. And Malabunga says, Fauzi, akong bahala sa'yo.
Ako muna. The blockers were late as well for Ateneo. Hindi pa nakakatalon si Chu on that one.
Numbers on the blocking department, 8-4. Air Force, a much better performance, but they're giving up 3 points. With the errors they're committing, we reach the first technical timeout of set 3. Ateneo leads this match 8-7. Ateneo, another good performance here early in the third set. They take an early lead. Mosh Ron Medallas giving them so much.
Definitely Medalla finding his ways to score over and, against the blockers of Philippine Air Force. Of course, taller blockers, but Medalla making his way.
Absolutely. And Medalla, well, you know that he's going to make an impact. But it's a matter of how much. And is it going to be enough to propel Ateneo to a win, to propel Ateneo to the top seed in Pool B? That's what we're trying to find out. Second time in a row that Ismail could not convert. Baka naubusan na ng bale itong si Fauzi, and that could be a problem for Air Force.
Earlier, we mentioned that Ismail has a high percentage in this game, rare errors for him. But this time, he is committing a few na medyo sunod-sunod. Now, Abdilia getting that point off the block.
What do you feel changed that Air Force is not having as much success as they were having in the first set when it comes to their attacks?
It is because nakapag-adjust na ng maayos itong Ateneo. Nakukuha na nila yung mga palo ng Philippine Air Force. Now, nawala yung Philippine Air Force. Because sabi ko nga kanina, Jot, sanay sila na pagpalo nila patay agad. But Ateneo is defending really well in the set and also in the second set.
Reaching beyond the net was Abdilia, and that's why he gets called for a violation that Air Force is protesting right now. But the point had been awarded already. Gonna be Cuerva serving for the Blue Eagles. Lopez going to Ismail. He has really slowed down a bit. Medalla tried to float it over the triple block, but too soft on that hit.
Just a few inches more and papasok yung bola dun sa net ng Philippine Air Force. Miscalculation on Medalla's part.
Looper serve for Lopez and easily turned into gold by Enjiga.
Nice attack by Enjiga. Not the most powerful one, but just on the right spot, getting a point for Ateneo.
Here he is serving. Chu. He targeted Ismail. Labrador!
Cross-court attack with that power. Ang bilis din ng bola nito ni Labrador.
He collects the point on that one nang hinayang si Cuerva. Abdilia, look at that serve. Magaja going to Medalla, the triple block again for Air Force.
Philippine Air Force defending their net really well, especially when Ateneo's attackers are activated. Gumaganda na yung palo nitong Ateneo, but Philippine Air Force refuses to give up points.
And Abdilia, wow, that was a pretty solid double block formed by Gopio and Glorioso, but Abdilia just so talented, squeezed that one in.
I agree, Jot. Very nice placing from the blockers of Ateneo, but Abdilia, nakuha pa niyang ipasok yung bola niya.
And that was a regalo because it's just such a loaded serve for Ranran. Hindi na control ng Ateneo. Air Force takes a 2-point lead.
Sabi na nga one step back Focus naman tayo, Basti. Makinig ka ng instructions. Kung nag-one step back ka, di umangat ng maayos. Diba? Sinasabi na sa inyo, kanina pa hinahabaan yung jump serve sugod pa rin kayo ng sugod. Anong gagawin niyo? Diba? Ay, sabihan na ng instructions
Sip tayo mga
kapatid. Huwag niyo minamadali. Ikaw, ba't nag-block ka na nakayuko? Ha? Tumingin ka sa bola, ano mag-block mo?
Go, Ice na pa!
Ateneo, until the last few sequences, seemed in full control of this third set, but then someone named Ranran Abdilia decided that it was time to make his presence felt.
It takes just one spark for Philippine Air Force para ganun yung laro agad nila from errors to errors. Sunod-sunod naman yung atake nila because of the service of Adila kasi Ateneo nahihirapan receive ng maayos na babalik nila agad yung bola sa Philippine Air Force.
You know what? The idea that's in my head right now was Ranran Abilia when he was seeing that Fauzi Ismail was having a lot of success. Sige, Fauzi, ikaw. But then, nung parang lumamig na si Fauzi, that was when Ranran decided, it's my time now. And now, everything working well for the side of Air Force. Ateneo requesting a touch ball. First referee says, nope, there wasn't any, and that happened right in front of him.
Yes, just in front of our first referee.
Well, at some point, that was bound to happen. Pero ang dami namang nabigay ni Ranran while he was there serving for Air Force.
Definitely now they're up by 3 even with that service error.
Gian Glorioso. Here's the guy who has been starring for Ateneo in this match. Ismail has found his rhythm again.
Down the line attack by Ismail, and you see, Jot, kapag nakita na ulit ng Philippine Air Force yung rhythm na yun, tuloy-tuloy.
They go up 16-12 here in the second technical timeout of the third set. Air Force now having a 4-point lead here in the third set after falling behind midway through this. And it was a lot of Ranran Abilia, but it was also a lot of Fauzi Ismail. Yes, 15 points, 15 attacks, and 3 blocks. That's just incredible, Mosh.
Definitely, Ismail, we mentioned that earlier, he had a hot start, but he was slowed down in this set. Pero ngayon, nakuha na niya ulit before that timeout, before that technical timeout, siya yung nag-score, and that was a solid down-the-line attack.
Absolutely, and someone has to restore order on the side of Ateneo. And they are looking to work as a unit to do that.
Gopio off the block, getting that point for Ateneo.
Medallas serve. Combination. We saw that back in the first set. And I saw you smile after you saw that play.
I was about to say, wow, because of that combination play. Look at that one. Malabunga was up there first, but Ismail killing that ball right away. Powerful one.
All the characteristics of a perfect combination play. Good set, good spacing between the quicker and the attacker on the decoy, and just so lethal. Ganyan-ganyan din yung play kanina. It was also Malabunga and Ismail. So you know that that's something that well, Air Force practices, but what they don't practice is touching the net, but they do that. And that's why even though yung palo was out, turns into a point for Ateneo. Loy is serving for Ateneo. He just checked in. Campo going to Fauzi, and that's going to be a net touch committed by Ismail. Also bumped into Cuerva, quickly apologizing. Back-to-back points collected by Ateneo.
Masyado yatang napasobra yung boost dun sa talon ni Ismail. His landing was not good. But thankfully, he's okay as well as Cuerva.
Yung talo niya, parang ang una niya kasing gusto is paluin talaga eh. And then eventually when he saw the block, used the drop ball, did not work. But this one will be a point for Fauzi and the Jet Spikers.
Parang simple lang din yung palo ni Fauzi. Ismail, Chu, and Jigha was there, as well as Cuerva. But just between their hands, clear path for Ismail.
He is making up for lost time as he wasn't able to play in the last match of Airforce. Magaja going to Cuerva. Nice cross-court hit. Naiwasan yung double block.
Definitely almost a power angle for Cuerva, hitting Ranran Abdillah on that one. Ranran was not able to control that ball.
He's apologizing to his coach here for not being ready for it. Magaja is serving for the Blue Eagles. De Ocampo, that's going to be overreaching, called on Glorioso.
De Ocampo was about to set that ball. Glorioso, nandun agad sa taas.
At alam mo, wala na sinabi si Coach Timmy Santo Tomas. Tumitig na lang siya kay Glorioso. Makuha ka sa tingin. Here's Glorioso, tough angle. De Ocampo going to Malabanan. That's out.
Too wide on that attack by Malabanan.
Well, Jeffrey Malabanan was the top scorer of Philippine Air Force against Eco Oil. Mainly because wala nga si Ismail and wala rin si Ranran Abdillah in that match. We know that Malabanan can really score, pero the first two options kasi ng Air Force are Fauzi and Ranran. But when you call upon the number of Jeffrey, you know he will provide.
Definitely, a lot of players stepped up in that game against Eco Oil. Now, another attack error from Philippine Air Force, too wide once again. So, nangyari na to kanina, Jot, yung merong errors yung Philippine Air Force on their attacks, and doon nabuhay yung Ateneo.
And if they're not careful, Ateneo might be able to complete their comeback here. Tandaan natin, naghabol din ng Air Force before they got the lead here in the third set. Cuerva will be serving for the Blue Eagles. They are trying to trim the deficit down to a single point. Lopez, there's the combination. Good coverage for Ateneo. Medalla, drop ball works.
Smartly just putting that ball over and targeting that hole in the court of Philippine Air Force. Wow. Smart move by Ron Medalla.
And I'm afraid we're not giving Ron Medalla enough credit for what he's done in this game.
Muna tayo. Two spikers natin. Tumba. Tapos saranan, sige, tumba. Tapos bakalik ka sa gitna. Okay? Tapos tatlo spiker natin. Mag-focus sa ginagawa. Okay? Isang versive lang yan, ha? Sige, sige.
Francis Saura is one of the guys responsible for trying to slow down Ron Medalla, who already has 10 attacks and 2 blocks. Most importantly, his most recent attack got Ateneo within a single point here in the third set. Can they even up the count here? Cuerva will be responsible for putting the ball in play. Basti Cuerva. Targets Abdillah. Air Force still going to Abdillah, who gets roofed.
Solid net defense from Glorioso and Jigha on that one. Alam nila yung gagawin nila. Alam nila kung paano papalo si Abdillah on that one. Kaya inabangan na lang nila.
You can see na pinag-aralan talaga nitong Ateneo the tendencies of one of the best scorers in the league in Ranran Abdillah. Ranran, however, with his talent, he knows how to adjust.
Making up for his error earlier. So ganyan si Ranran, Jod. Kapag nagka-error siya, definitely babawi agad siya.
And it's up to his setters to trust that Abdillah will make the right decision the next time around. And Jigha, siya rin babawi.
What an attack by Enjigha. The defense of Philippine Air Force was not ready for that one. Wala silang nagawa. Net defense and even the floor. Look at that quick attack from him. Ismail. And Sumanggi was there, but to no avail.
Enjigha serves. Lopez going to Abilia off the block, gets the lead back to Air Force.
Smartly just putting that ball to the hands of Medalla to get that off the block point.
Now Abilia will be serving. You know how he likes to pull off all these powerful serves. Loading it up once again. Gopio gets covered.
That point will go to Ateneo. And outside, according to our referees. That was a quick play, Jot. Ang bilis na nangyari.
Yeah, and honestly, we also had a tough angle on it. Oh, mukhang ang malinis, no? Mukhang wala na talagang tama ang Ateneo. It was the tape of the net that the ball hit. However, Glorioso could not capitalize.
Giving a point to Philippine Air Force.
Saura puts the ball in play. Ateneo looking to tie anew. Medalla rejected.
That solid net defense from Philippine Air Force. Kanina pa nila nahuhuli yung palo nito ni Ron Medalla.
Look at this. Ron Medalla thought he was ready to collect points, but there was another triple block waiting at the net saying, no, not today, sir. 24-22 in favor of Air Force.
Guys, maturity naman tayo sa ginagawa. Gian.
Sorry, coach.
Hindi pwedeng sorry ang score, oh. Sorry.
Bawi ah.
Wala nang bawi, hindi nga pwedeng bawi. Tanggalin niyo yung mindset na bawi.
Isa na. Ito na.
What does that mean, Mosh? Na ayaw natin ng bawi. What is something that we want to do, what Ateneo wants to do here?
It's because if you have that mentality na babawi na lang, coach, you tend to give up points or you tend, parang okay lang sa'yo na mag-error ako because kaya kong bumawi. Now, coach team wants his players not to think about that bawi because kailangan yung umiscore and kailangan yung makarecover.
And now what they have to get here is a stop because they already got the point. They are down by 1. They're looking to extend the third set. Pero syempre, the advantage here is with Air Force as they will be the first ones to get an attack. Good serve for Medalla. That's out!
Outside hit by Ismail. And now point to Ateneo. They tied this set to 24-all.
And back in the second match of this triple header, we saw an extended set. We're gonna see another one here.
Bato, mabilis. Huwag kayong magpadali. Huwag kayong mag-excited. Sige lang ha, pag alam hindi siya, tulak lang. Oh, sige.
Puntos tayo ha.
Good.
Ano nangyari doon, Mosh? Na-excite ba si Fauzi masyado doon sa bola?
Sabi nga ni Coach Dante, nagmamadali itong Philippine Air Force to just kill that ball and to end this set. Pero that just resulted to an error kasi may kasamang excitement na and giggle. Nandun na rin yung giggle nito ni Ismail.
Ano yung third set mo kanina ng Signal Adamson? 32-30?
Extended
Swerte
set.
mo rin talaga, no? 24 apiece for Air Force and Ateneo. Mosh Cruz, the queen of extended sets and 5-setters.
Of course, with Jot Sulit.
Ateneo gets an opportunity to take the lead, and they do!
Gopio with that off-speed attack. Philippine Air Force was anticipating a powerful one from Ateneo, but they were not ready for that kind of attack. Set point for Ateneo.
Can Ateneo finish it here? Medalla will be serving. That's an error. We're tied again at 25.
Too much power on that serve from Medalla. Another extended set here in this day, Judd.
Labrador with a crucial service. Magalla going to Cuerva. That is gonna be out. And now the advantage is with the Airforce.
Just a few inches. And that ball will go in. Konting-konti lang for Cuerva.
Labrador again.
Oh,
Over-received.
Americano, but an out.
But wow!
What happened there, John? It was an over-receive from Ateneo. And Philippine Air Force got a little excited. Pinalo agad, but too much angle on that from Ismael. Look at that. Pero konti lang.
It is a game of inches. And Ranran
Wow.
Abdilla. Takeover mode.
A bomb again from Ranran Abdilla. Hindi ko nga nakita yung play. Pumalo na lang siya bigla. And so fast yung approach ng bola.
You know, Ranran is like lightning.
Definitely.
Almost an ace. Ateneo able to save it. But a free ball. And there it is. The kill from Malabunga.
Malabunga with a quick attack ending this set. And a lot of players from Philippine Air Force. Of course, there's Fauzi Ismail. And let's not forget to mention Ranran Abdilla. Great job in this set. And for Ateneo, that effort, yung ginawa nilang adjustments to get this game na ganito ka-close.
Set 3 numbers, Mosh.
An extended set once again, 28 for Philippine Air Force and Ateneo 26. But the difference, 15 attacks for Philippine Air Force and just 10 for Ateneo, 5 blocks and 3 for Ateneo. Walang service ace dito, John.
Yeah.
But the errors of Philippine Air Force, yun yung nag-hold back sa kanila. And this set, yun nga yung na-mention natin, nag-relax ng konti itong Philippine Air Force in the third set.
Yeah, because they were already up by 4 points towards the latter part of that set. But then, yun nga. But I really want to ask you, though, are you still surprised that games you cover reach extended sets and 5 sets?
Definitely not, because we know that the teams here are competitive. you know, hindi sila magpapatalo lang basta-basta. And skills-wise, nandun na rin sila sa ganitong level, sa level ng professional volleyball.
And you know that these two teams have a lot to fight for. Once again, both undefeated, both fighting for the top seed in Pool B.
And we cannot stress it even more how important this game is. Whoever wins this game, they will have that twice to beat advantage in this pool.
And obviously, Ateneo needs to come out here in the fourth set with more urgency because they still need 2 sets. Airforce only needs 1 more.
They need a hot start once again, talking about Ateneo. And that block from Gopio is what they really need right now. Saura and Gopio one-on-one.
You know, Mosh, we've been praising Medalla. We've been praising Glorioso. But Gopio has also come up so big in this match. He has 4 attacks and 2 blocks. Sure, hindi ganun kalalaki yung mga numbers. But the timing of when they came. Remember, he was the one who extended that set for Ateneo in the third.
The contributors of Ateneo really pa konti-konti pero as a team dumadami.
Oh, and the first referee overrules it, saying that the point should be and will be with Airforce.
That is going to be in, and Philippine Air Force will get that point.
Line judge was overruled that time. Oh boy, I don't want to be on the receiving end of an Abdilia serve. Ismail sends it to the back. Net touch committed by Gopio. Yun nga lang, if we praise the timing of his contributions, yung mga attacks and blocks niya, crucial din yung timing nitong error niya.
And for Ateneo, they need to control their unforced errors dahil mahabol sila sa set. Dito, they need to extend this game to a 5-setter game.
And that's gonna be a good block for Airforce.
Clear one for Ismail and Saura.
Glorioso came in from the back line, hoping to hit that. Rana Abdilia has been marvelous in his serves. There are, sorry Mosh, there are few guys who hit it like he does. Mga Espejo, Abdilia, ibang level yung mga yan eh.
Definitely. Sama mo na si Markel Alfafara dyan sa service line na kapag sila nagsiserve, gusto mo umiwas na lang. Medalla getting that point off the block.
And Medalla knew na hindi iiwas yung block ng Airforce, and so he used it to collect the score. Medalla with his loaded serve. Quick play. Save by Trinidad. What effort. However, yung pag-over ni Medalla was too strong. It goes out.
But still a good effort from Ateneo. Normally, let go na lang yun ng team. But because this game is so important, up to the last one, hindi gonna give up yung Ateneo.
Blocking of Airforce has definitely improved mula nung last set. Nung third set, doon natin nakita na laging triple block, laging double block. Lagi nilang natatimingan.
Solid lagi and Roof lagi balik sa floor itong atake ng Ateneo, and that is the advantage of Philippine Air Force.
At that time, Ateneo getting it off the block, and so a point goes the Blue Eagles' way. Air Force, their lead goes down to 2 points. Jetly Gopio serving now for Ateneo. Not over. Again, you know, the last time he had a touch of that volleyball, error din. Ngayon sa service line naman.
Errors that you must control, or you must, alam mo, iiwasan mo na dapat because this is a crucial part in this game.
Here's Ateneo. That's off the block.
Cuerva once again scoring off the block, just between the hands of the blockers of Philippine Air Force.
Isa pa to, si Basi Cuervo has also contributed very decently in this match. Abdilia lifts it up. Quick play with Malabunga.
What can you do if Malabunga is right there attacking you? Ang hirap because nandun na siya sa ibabaw and the blockers were late.
First technical timeout, Air Force up 8-5. Take a look at the tournament system. Ito yung format ng ating competition. And we have 24 teams. We'll look at the quarterfinal round. Yan yung highlight natin because malapit na tayo dyan.
Pool A will go up against Pool B at number 2, and then Pool B number 1 against Pool C number 2, Pool C number 1 against Pool D number 2, and then Pool D number 1 against Pool A number 2. So, ito yung pinaglalabanan ng Ateneo and Philippine Air Force right now is that twice to beat advantage.
Yeah. And we already know kung sino yung 1 and 2 in Pool A. So, whoever wins this match will have a twice to beat advantage over IEM. Kung sino naman ang matalo will have a twice to win disadvantage against Signal. So, you know, really, yung ano na lang yun lang sa pagiging twice to beat advantage or disadvantage ka, ang laking bagay na
Definitely. And the placing of, kasi yun nga yung maganda sa format natin, John, now the best teams are up there papasok sa quarterfinals.
And it's really unforgiving, Mosh. Kasi imagine, from 24 teams, biglang 8 na lang agad. And that's why you see Ateneo heighten up their game and Jigha getting the block on Malabunga. Ateneo within a point. Cuerva serving for the Blue Eagles.
An over receive.
And Jigha quickly gets the point, ties it up at 8.
Quick attack by Njigha, and Philippine Air Force cannot do anything about that anymore. The defense was not yet ready. Late na rin sila Malabunga, and on the floor, walang kumuha dun sa atake na yon.
Chu and Jigha had 25 points against Easy Trip. He really led them in that match. Trying to do the same here. Lopez. That's not over for Malabunga, and now Ateneo is in the lead by 1.
A rare attack error by Malabunga. Masyado niyang diniin yung palo niya.
He apologizes to the coaching staff. Cuerva has been serving for Ateneo because they've gone on a 3-0 run.
Wow, making up for his error earlier with that kind of attack. Ang bilis ng bola.
Malabunga telling his teammates, got you! Akong bahala, bawi ako.
Sorry kanina, pero babawiin ko.
Medalya.
Again with that nice cross-court attack. Ron Medalya getting a point for Ateneo.
And you see Ateneo, despite, you know, I'm sure they feel the pressure na they're 1 set behind. Air Force is 1 set away from taking the win. They're playing loose. They're smiling, they're enjoying, but they're not getting to that ball. Saura dropping it in the middle.
Veteran move by Saura on that one. Hindi pa nakaset up yung defense ng Ateneo.
Gopio, that ball lands back on their side.
That was too soft from Gopion. Knowing that Labrador and Saura were there, you cannot do that when they are in front of you.
Is that the youth of Ateneo starting to show?
Yes, definitely. Now it's a matter of, you know, the winning mentality, how much you want this game. Kung sino yung hindi bibitaw.
You know, a lot of advantages and disadvantages siguro on both sides.
Sistema, experience, youth, all of these playing a factor. But tama ka eh, in the end, the attribute that matters the most is who wants it more. That's the question that these two teams need to answer.
Because kung ang pag-uusapan is experience, lamang na lamang talaga yung Philippine Air Force. And now, fresh legs and, you know, stronger bodies and all. Dito tayo sa Ateneo. But now, it's just a mental game because we know how skillful these players are. Nagpapalitan sila ng magagandang atake. Now, a mind game na lang.
6 aces for Abdilia already. Why not? But that's going to be an error for him. Although, he still got Air Force a 2-point lead before giving up that point. So may onting buffer. They're still ahead. Eh parang between these two teams, parang a 3-point lead is already big between them with how closely contested this match has been.
With this kind of game.
Oh! Ismail coming out of nowhere.
And that was actually a mishit from him. But because nasa ibabaw siya ng bola, he was able to get that properly.
Call it breaks of the game, call it luck, just call it a point for Fauzi Ismail. Medalla, bumalik kay Gopyo. Malabunga takes care of it.
You cannot stop that anymore. Quick attack by Malabunga. No one was home for Ateneo.
Ateneo got lucky once. That ball bounced off of Gopyo, nabuhay pa. But they couldn't get lucky twice. Cuerva, again, the triple block. Mosh, that has been so solid for Air Force.
Now, the momentum is definitely at their side.
16-12 here in the second technical timeout of the fourth set. Ateneo needs to figure things out. Pool B rankings, Ateneo and Air Force, the only two teams undefeated in this side of the brackets. They both have 11 points coming from those 4 wins. Pero forget about the points because what's gonna matter lang naman is who wins this match because, you know, parang tinadhana eh, no? Na ito yung huling match in Pool B. They meet and not the final match, pero that they meet each other at the end of their respective schedules.
Save the best for last.
Absolutely.
4-0, both for Ateneo and Philippine Air Force now. Kaya ganito yung quality ng laro natin. Because they are fighting for that twice to beat advantage. Now, Cuerva scoring off the block.
Parang si Cuerva lang yung nakakabasag ng triple block ng Air Force. When you're facing a triple block, anong hinahanap mo para mabasag mo yun or makakuha ka pa rin ng point?
It depends, Jot. If you know that you are in the perfect timing na lalakasan mo para mabasag mo yung blockers. Pero kung hindi maganda yung timing mo, now padaanin mo na lang sa blockers yung palo mo to get that off the block point.
Wrong place at the wrong time was Fauzi Ismail because off the block of Enjiga, that ball was gonna sail out. Kaya nga lang approaching si Fauzi, so that ball still hit him. Back-to-back points now for Ateneo. They're within 2. Gopyo. Malabunga was there. Gopyo trying to keep it alive. They do so. Glorioso sends it easy. Ismail, drop ball. Cuerva covers. Medalla lifted up by Sumangi. Abdilia sends it too long. Point for Ateneo.
What a rally we had right there. Exchanging powerful attacks and good floor defense for both teams, but that one will go out for Philippine Air Force.
And just like that, what once was a 4-point lead for Air Force is now down to 1. Lopez miscommunication. Malabunga just trying to get something out of it.
Wow.
And Jigha down the line ties the match up at 16.
Now Njigha giving us the bombs here for Ateneo with that kind of attack.
Look at you detonate.
Wala nang nakagalaw dun sa Philippine Air Force.
16 all. Labrador. No! Ateneo with a 5-0 run to take the lead here in the fourth set.
Rejected on the net. Ateneo very alive here in this set.
And as Ateneo goes up, natawag ng timeout si Coach Dante Alinsunurin.
Abot-abot siya. Tapos, nandito yung setup, pinilit mo pa doon. Kaya yung sistema, spacing muna, pag may spacing.
Airforce just melting down here in the fourth set after that second technical timeout. Mosh, yung score natin when we went into that second technical timeout was 16-12. So hindi pa gumalaw yung score ng Airforce since then.
What a run from Ateneo. Attacks from Njigha and also net defense. Unfortunate service error now committed by Gopio.
Alam mo, we mentioned how he was a solid contributor in the first three sets. But a lot of costly errors for him dito pagdating ng fourth. Ismail timing that perfectly, making sure he wasn't called for reaching beyond the net.
You know, it's amazing how Ismail can go for that perfect timing kahit yung set is not from the setter, minsan galing pa sa likod. But dahil sa taas na tumalon, he can adjust on air and kung gaano siya kabilis bababa. But service error committed by Philippine Air Force.
And you see all the errors here, they have their consequences kasi they give a lot of advantages to the other side. And Ateneo able to tie it. Lopez going to Ismail. Sends it long and gets the score.
You see how good Jesse Lopez is when he is in his position. Dikit na sa bola yung dikit na sa net rather yung first ball na yun, but he was able to make a way to set it up properly for Ismail.
Oh, Fauzi has done so much para sa team niya. Glorioso. Net touch committed by Air Force.
They were too forwarded on that block.
Free point for Ateneo. Ito ang ayaw mong gawin. You know, you just give freebies to your opponents. Bubuhayin na sana yung bola on the side of Air Force. Rafi Moswela was there already.
Great frontliners for Ateneo now. Medalla, Njigha, and Glorioso. And solid block from Njigha and Glorioso on Abdilia's attack. What a set we have right here.
Chu and Njigha. And Gian Glorioso combining forces to neutralize one of the best scorers we know. And Ateneo taking a 1-point lead. Cuerva to Labrador. Abdilia again gets blocked.
One more time, solid net defense for Ateneo. Perfect timing on that attack from Abdilia. Very well read. Alam nila na timingan itong palo ni Abdilia.
I don't remember the last time that Ranran Abdilia looked this lost. The last time I saw him get blocked 2 times in a row, I just really don't remember. But what defense for Ateneo. Over-received. Ateneo with another chance. They go to Medalla. That one is long. It's out and a break that Air Force was looking for.
Maganda na sana yung timing ni Ron Medalla pero hindi niya agad nababa yung palo niya.
Magadia. And Jeka. No floor coverage for Air Force. Labrador was a little too late.
Because they were anticipating a powerful attack from Njigha, but then Njigha knowing what to do right away because he saw that part na walang tao dito sa Philippine Air Force.
And Chu and Jega showing us a lot of talent here as well. And an ace!
Service ace for Chu and Jigha, seeing that hole once again in the court of Philippine Air Force.
Ateneo goes up by 3. Chu and Jigha, a couple of blocks, an attack, and then that service ace. And Ateneo in a great position to force a deciding set.
Trabaho ka, may backline ka. Okay? Then, kailangan pag may pumapalo, kumobal kayo, mag-usap-usap kayo kung anong gagawin nyo. Hindi yung nag-aasahan lang kayo. Okay? O, sige, isang ikot lang yun. 3 spiker natin. Ano tayo?
Well, Jigha has been doing so much. And late man siya nabuhayan in this match, Mosh. He is still a vital piece in this run that Ateneo is on. And, you know, if this reaches a 5th set, it's gonna be because of this guy.
And very timing yung mga scores nito ni Njigha when Ateneo needs him. Nagpe-perform talaga siya.
Adelia lifts it up. And Ateneo is at set point after Ismail comes up short.
What a run by Ateneo in this set. If we can remember, humabol na lang sila dito. Philippine Air Force had a good start, but look, now they are at set point.
Finally, something good on the side of Air Force. This is their first successful attack in a long time.
And that was from a one-hand set from Jesse Lopez. Sara was able to get a point out of that.
Okay lang maliit kasi mache-check naman eh. Okay? Isa pa, yung bola pupunta sa harapan mo. Huwag nyo madali. Pag nakita yung bola sa harapan nyo, balik nyo lang sa likod. Balik nyo lang sa gitna. Okay? May mag-aangat para sa inyo. Okay, so guys, one good receive tayo. Okay? One good receive, proper execution. Okay? Si Jessie na serve, di ba?
O, sige, kaya.
Guys, we have to receive. We have to receive. One to receive.
In a gist, Coach Timothy Santo Tomas just telling his team, just, you know, let it flow. Huwag tayo magmadali because they've been playing very good volleyball here. At minsan nawawala nga sila pag nagmamadali. He is also asking them trust his teammates na may magsiseta para sa inyo.
Definitely, because kapag napipil ng players yung pressure, nag-error din talaga. Now kapag nag-take slow sila, just one by one, play by play, nakukuha nila.
Air Force lifts it up. Abinda gets blocked again.
And Ateneo will get this fourth set. That solid net defense from them. I mentioned that earlier. Yun yung wala on the first 2 sets. But at this set, they activated that very well. Blocking Abdilia. Reading him very well as well.
2 undefeated teams looking for the top seed in Pool B. 5 sets? Well, what else did we expect? We are ready for the decider between Air Force and Ateneo. Don't go anywhere. More of the Spikers Turf after this. Set 4 belonged to Ateneo, and it was a lot of good things on their side, particularly in the latter part because they were down again 16-12, went on a 5-0 run, and then the rest was history.
You can see the difference here in this set. 11 attacks, 6 blocks for Ateneo, while for Philippine Air Force, just 9 and 4. So nag-step up itong net defense ng Ateneo na they have been missing in the first 2 sets. And they delivered very well because of their net defense na wala itong opensa ng Philippine Air Force.
And now we are entering the 5th and deciding set. Mosh, I don't think anyone expected anything else than a 5-setter between Ateneo and Air Force. I personally cleared the rest of my night. Pwede akong umabot ng 11 p.m.
Okay, Jat, ikaw na lang.
Yung final score parang 82-80 in the 5th set. But you know, I'm just in awe of the talent, the relentlessness, and the hunger of these two teams. Again, ikaw na magbanggit ko, what's at stake in this match?
As expected, you know, Ateneo and Philippine Air Force, they are going to give their A game because what is at stake is that twice-to-beat advantage. So, pareho sila if you are just watching right now, 4-0 Ateneo and Philippine Air Force. Now, if the Ateneo or Philippine Air Force wins in this game, sila yung magiging top 1. Now, in our format, yung top-seeded team per pool will have the twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals.
There you go. That's why it's very important for these two teams. Thank you for joining us on One Sports. Jot Sulit and Mosh Cruz here. Ismail committing an error in his first attempt here in the 5th set.
You can see in his face, even before he approached, that his conviction was not there to kill that one.
And I saw towards the latter part of the 4th set, yung mga facial expressions ng Jet Spikers, their body language, it was different na eh. Nawala na yung confidence eh. Nawala na yung tiwala for a while, but they need to recover that. But back-to-back outside attack errors for Air Force. So wala pang ang ginagawa yung Ateneo, but they're getting 3 points.
The momentum is definitely at Ateneo's side right now. You can see through the body language of Philippine Air Force, they are not even talking, no communication.
Ismail slowed down. Medalla. Abdilia Gopio goes down with that ball. It's going to be
A lifting violation called against Gopio. Parang binuhat niya na talaga, literal na yung bola.
Eh, nakakatawa nga kasi lifting. Pero actually parang pababa niya nadala yung bola eh.
Kasi pag galing niya sa talon, pababa siya. Sumabay sa kanya.
Yeah. Cuerva was the target of that serve. They go to Glorioso. Masuela puts it up. Good save there. Medalla meets a double block. Iji going to Gopio. It's still alive. Abdilia, another soft touch for him. Good rally we have here. Medalla goes down the line.
Down the line. And just through the hands of the blockers of Philippine Air Force. Getting that point for Ateneo. I'm getting goosebumps here. Triple block, but he doesn't mind.
Here's Air Force. Abdilia. Statement hit.
Down the line attack. Glorioso was there. Pero medyo naka-backward pa siya. Not enough space for him to get that attack.
Last 3 hits of Abdilia were blocked. And that time he made sure. Magadia lifting it up for Medalla. Tough angle. Miscommunication there. Pero nabuhay naman. Labrador. Good dig for Glorioso. Cuerva. Now it's on the side of Air Force. Abdilia again.
So that is the difference of a veteran team. Na kapag kailangan talaga nila, alam nila kung ano yung gagawin. The blockers of Ateneo were late on that attack from Abdilia.
Saura serves this. Magadia trying to go quickly to Gopio. No, for all the good Gopio was able to do in the first 3 sets, starting the 4th set, medyo nawala siya sa rhythm. Pero yung tiwala naman sa kanya ni Coach Timmy, he's still there in the match. Medalla meets the double block.
Malabanan and Malabunga were there to defend the net of Philippine Air Force. But that was a good one from Ateneo. Jot, ang ganda ng pinakita nila. Long rallies early in this set.
Timeout here called by Ateneo.
Kung kailangan mo na magbigay naman sa quick, tsaka mo ibibigay sa open. Nang-ano nga nagmamind na nga tayo Diba? Nag-ears na nga tayo. So bakit ayaw ko sumunod sa diskarte? Okay? Guys, one good receive. Ang gaan mong serve. Bakit kasi paatras kayo? Ihatid niyo yung bola kay EG. Hindi naman ganoon kabigat yung serve para absorbin ninyo Kaya hindi maabot yung bola. Kasi magaan na, ina-absorb nyo pa. Okay? Ihatid mo kay EG yung bola.
Air Force has gotten a 2-point lead in the crucial stretch of this match. And, oh boy, we're just in for a show here. Saura serving. Trinidad takes it. Magadia. That's out. No touch. Now a 3-point lead for Air Force.
Clear miss hit from Gopio on that one. Not that timing that he wanted. Ginawa na lang niya ng paraan. That resulted to an error.
Oh, good decision there for EG Magadia. Going for the dump at nagulat doon ng Air Force.
Defense was not yet ready for the Philippine Air Force. That was a very nice decision for Ateneo.
Abdilia, wise approach.
A veteran move. That hole in the court of Ateneo, they just froze on that one because they were expecting a powerful attack from him. Pero nung nakita nilang lumutang yung bola, walang nang nakagalaw dito sa Ateneo.
Here's Ateneo, Cuerva. That is out.
Too wide on that attack from Cuerva and no touch for Philippine Air Force. They are now up by 4.
Midway through the 5th set, we exchange courts. And Air Force, what exactly did they do, Mosh, to get this lead at the halfway point of the 5th set?
I mentioned that earlier, Jot, na iba kasi yung mentality kapag veteran ka and you have enough experience na kapag end game na, you know, nag-work na sila as a team and automatic na alam nilang kung ano yung gagawin nila. Now, for Ateneo, they are feeling the pressure, masing pressure for Ateneo, and makikita natin minsan nagpapanik sila whenever Philippine Air Force is on an attack.
Ron Medalla and Ateneo, they were fired up after forcing a 5th set, but there's still more work to be done here as Air Force is up and they've improved offensively and defensively, showing that sense of urgency. Do keep in mind, as Ateneo gets that off the block, do keep in mind that both these teams are coming off 5-set victories too. So, hindi makalayo. Parang mo bang kinover yun? Kasi 5 sets eh.
No, Jot. Hindi na ako yun.
Lois will be serving now. Put in specifically for this. Good serve for him. Lopez to Abdilia. There was a touch. Binuhay din naman ni Medalla. Cuerva had success the last time. Not this time, says Malabunga.
A roof by Malabunga, Labrador, and even Jesse Lopez. They were all there for that attack from Cuerva.
It's Abdilia serving. Magadia going to Cuerva.
One
Back
more
to you.
time. Second time that happened. Attack from Cuerva. But solid net defense from the Philippine Air Force. Nababalik nila agad. And the ball even touches Cuerva dun sa last 2 plays.
Abdilia loading it up again. Cuerva. Oh, look at the effort of Abdilia. Oh, Labrador miscalculates it.
That was too low for Labrador. You know, with his height and his jump, masyado lang mababa yung pagkakuha niya sa bola.
Alam mo, parang pagtalon niya pa lang, alam niya na. Nahuli yung talon niya eh. The ball was already near his head. And that's why he couldn't get it over. Magadia targeting Labrador. And another attack error for Ismail.
Another one for Philippine Air Force. What is happening right here? Jot, nawawala sila sa timing and presence of mind.
And it's the errors of Air Force that's doing CPR on Ateneo right now, allowing the Blue Eagles to come back to life. Lopez going to Abdilia.
Too wide, too powerful on that attack from Abdilia. 3 errors straight from Philippine Air Force, and Ateneo is still alive in this game.
Beatrice, backline. Dito, okay? Huwag magmamadali, Huwag persahin. Kailangan lang makareceive tayo. Ang tinutulak lang. Okay? Beatrice, okay? Pausi. Tapos, pag wala, labas tayo, may backline dito sa kabila.
Dito ka sa dulo. Dito ka mag-backline sa dulo. Tayo lamang. Airforce!
Ranran Abdilia, both him and Fauzi Ismail, because of the defense of Enjega as well as Glorioso, you know, medyo na-rattle din eh. And nag-iba yung mga approach, yung mga atake. And that's why it's just incredible volleyball between these two teams, Mosh.
Nawawala sila because of the defense of Ateneo. Kudos to Ateneo as well. You know, their floor defense really working out.
Abdilia! You know what? You can stop him once, twice, maybe even thrice. But no way you can neutralize Ranran for an entire match. At some point, he's gonna hurt you.
From the back, that powerful attack.
Magadia going to Enjega, not getting that over.
Service error for Chu Enjega on that one. Not the timing that he needs. Too soft as well on that attack.
And oh boy, this is going to be a tough climb for Ateneo, but they're going to talk things over to see how they will approach the next few sequences.
Okay. You have to be patient. Okay? Kasi ang nangyayari kasi, na pag nakita nyo, naiinip nyo, gusto nyo pumuntos, at namadali nyo, hindi pwede. Wala namang 2 points eh. Pag mas mabilis mo yung palo mo, 2 points, wala. So, tagayin nyo lang isa-isa. Okay? So, simulan agad natin. 1 good receive. Play 1. Proper execution lang. Okay? So,
Glorioso was brilliant in that 4th set. He was one of the guys who brought life back to Ateneo when they were down by a set, when they lost that 3rd set in extended fashion. But he's been pretty silent here in the 5th set.
Here in the 5th set, because he doesn't get to touch that ball as much because of the run of Philippine Air Force.
12-8 in favor of the Jet Spikers. Malabunga will be serving. Magadia going to Glorioso, trying to send it to the back. Abdilia, easy recovery. Medalla.
Wow,
That one's still alive. Oh, the combination! Pulling out that trick.
And Gampong is just, ngayon lang siya pinasok dito sa Philippine Air Force, but delivering right away. What a combination play for them. Look at that, Saura jumping first, but Gampong out of nowhere with that kind of attack.
Look at the elevation of Gampong. Kanina pa yung wala pang warm-up. No, nothing. Just ready. But Cuerva telling Air Force, not just yet. Wag muna kayo mag-celebrate.
Cuerva has been doing good in this game. A great contributor for Ateneo as well as Medalla, Glorioso, and of course Chu and Jigha.
And here he is serving for Ateneo. Trying to keep the Blue Eagles breathing. Another combination! Gampong!
You know, Jot, I was wondering kung bakit ngayon lang pinasok si Gampong dito sa game na to for Philippine Air Force. But with that twice scoring out of that combination play, I am not even questioning that anymore.
And Mosh, pinalitan agad siya. Parang 2 combination plays and my job here is done. Wow, what a move. That defense was good. Medalla again covered. Still alive though. Ron Medalla another time.
Winning that over the blockers of Philippine Air Force. Ron Medalla getting a point for Ateneo, and it is not yet over.
They saved the first match point of Air Force. This match has all the highlights, all the skills, the talent, and all the drama as well. What more can you ask for? This is the action you can witness in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Morado serving for Ateneo. Lopez for the win! Ismail puts an end to it. Air Force takes the top seed in Pool B, diffusing the flight of the Blue Eagles. What a show, Mosh.
What can you do about that kind of attack from Ismail? But all over this game, Jot, we expected this kind of action, powerful attacks, and the presence of mind for the Philippine Air Force and Ateneo. A 5-setter game, a quality game for them. And now, Philippine Air Force at the top here in their pool with a twice-to-beat advantage. But let us not take away anything from Ateneo. They did a great job in this game.
Hinga muna tayo. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more about this game. Takes the top seed in Pool B and sets up a meeting with IEM in the quarterfinals as they defuse the Blue Eagles of Ateneo in a 5-set thriller here inside the Paco Arena. Ang ating best player is Fauzi Ismail with 21 attacks and 6 blocks. Fauzi, you missed your last game, no? Hindi ka nakapaglaro for Air Force. Pagpasok mo dito sa larong to, parang na-miss mo talaga yung team mo kasi mula simula hanggang dulo, ang ganda ng nilaro mo.
Siguro yung communication namin, yung samahan namin nandun na kumbaga magkaalaman na kami ng baho kahit hindi kami napagsama-sama sa training, nag-click pa rin kami doon sa laro namin.
Fauzi, kalaban nyo Ateneo at alam nyo papasok dito, ito yung laro kung saan madidikta kung sino may twice to beat advantage, kung sino yung makakalaban ng IEM or Signal. Ano yung mga napag-usapan nyo at gaano ka especially paghahanda?
At saka dyan, mga tropa ko dyan sa Sampaloc, Manila, maraming salamat sa suporta nila.
Congratulations, Fauzi. And it's the Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers taking the top seed in Pool B. Let's take a look at how they won this match in great fashion.
Congratulations to Philippine Air Force taking that top spot in Pool B. A hot start, especially for Fauzi Ismail, but let us not take away things for Ranran, Abdilla, Malabunga, Labrador, the receives of Sumangi, the Ocampo, Malabanan. The teamwork of Philippine Air Force was really there from the start. And kung makakapili nga lang tayo ng maraming best players, marami tayong pipiliin dito sa Philippine Air Force because they really had a good game here.
Wala yung ganda ng takbo ng laro nila, nawala rin yung gigil nila. And that's when Ateneo was able to go on a run.
especially on the second set, Ateneo was able to adjust well on their errors in the first set. Because in the first set, hindi nila nabablock itong double digits sila in all departments compared to Ateneo na 3 aces lang and blocks. Though mas marami yung errors nitong Philippine Air Force, nabawi pa talaga nila sa opensa.
And now we are ready to witness the battles in the quarterfinals, at least between Pool A and Pool B, kasi alam na natin kung sino. Air Force will end up with the top seed and they will go up against IEM with a twice to beat advantage. Ang Ateneo naman, well, they will have to face the Signal HD Spikers at yung Signal naman ang magkakaroon ng twice to beat advantage doon. And of course, more games coming your way on Tuesday. PLDT Home Fiber versus Philippine Coast Guard at 1 p.m. And then PGJC Navy versus Santa Elena pagdating naman ng alas 3. And then at 5 p.m. it's gonna be VNS versus NCBA. And that will do it for a long but very entertaining Sunday here inside the Paco Arena in Manila. For my partner Mosh Cruz, for everyone behind the coverage team of Spikers Turf, my name is Jod Sulit. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next game day of the Spikers Turf 2019 Open Conference.